Well, hello and welcome to the Cobb Bros podcast.
Again?
Again, yeah, again.
Again. No, this is the first time. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's the first retry.
Yeah.
Hi, and welcome to the COD Bros Reshoot podcast.
Yeah, that.
We fucked up and messed up the recording the first time.
No, we
Yeah.
didn't. What are you guys talking
Here
about?
we
It's the
go
first time we're
again.
sitting
It's
down.
not gonna be as good.
Wait, is this the actual start?
Yeah, we're going with it.
Oh. Hey, what's up?
Yep,
Yeah, so,
pretty much.
due to a technical error, we're re-recording the episode. It's Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so 2 days before this comes out.
Fuck it.
So,
Hashtag professionalism. Let's go.
Yep, Oscar and I will do our magic and we'll make it appear Friday morning.
It will be there at midnight on Friday.
I'm Cyrus.
Oscar, how you doing?
Oh, hi. I'm doing great, guys. How's everyone doing?
Colton?
I'm a sentient bag of mostly water.
And I am
Thank you.
David. And we are
Close my
Cobb
camelback.
Bros. Missing
Wait, your camelback is
barn
sentient?
door.
Yeah, we're missing Barn Door tonight because he had better things to
Responsibilities.
do, like providing financial stability in his household.
Yep.
Burndle's working.
Fuck that shit, though, right, guys?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we miss you, Brandon.
Well, what do we got going on tonight? Well, we
I
got
just
a
got God of War
lot.
3 in the mail.
Nice. For what
Yeah,
platform?
but got PS3. It's God of War 1, 2, and 3, but the dude shipped it in a hella broken case because he packaged it poorly, and God of War 3 has disc rot. So I have God of War 1 and 2.
all that time wasted.
That's god awful.
So that's fun.
So,
Sorry.
well, you gave him what? A 2-star rating, right?
I gave him a 2-star because I was like, at least 1 and 2 works. That's you get a star for that
Yeah.
There you go.
because I'm gonna keep that. Trying to
Like
find
the
a disc-only copy of God of War 3 and put it in this case.
The disc
Shit.
only copy.
Yeah, that sucks.
Everyone's like a singular disc of God of War 3, please.
Or you can
Yep.
find a disc doctor. Or is it the
It's disc rot.
foil top? The top of it's peeling.
No, like I can see the mold in the disc. It's
Oh
rotted.
my.
Ugh. There's mold in disc? What?
Yeah, that's what disc rot is. It looks like a moldy substance in between the disc and the label.
That's fucking bizarre.
Huh.
It happens a lot with Wii U games. Like Wii U games suffer from disc rot like crazy.
A common misconception is that the data is like on the bottom side of the disc, but that's actually just a clear plastic disc. All of the data is on the foil on the back side of the stamp on the top of the disc.
Theoretically, you could
What?
peel the disc, put it in the PlayStation, and it would work.
Yep.
It wouldn't work for that long, but it would work.
It would work until the foil ripped.
Yeah, because it would
Nice.
just drag along the bottom of the tray.
The easiest way to ruin a CD is to not scratch the bottom of it, it's to scratch the top of it.
Really?
But
The more
then,
you know. The more you know.
so wait, but scratching the bottom will still fuck it up, though, right?
Yeah, but you can resurface a disc and fix that.
Yeah. The reason that scratching a disc is so bad is because when the laser's trying to go through the layer of protection, it can't read the
It
disc
can't read
because
the
it's
metal on the other
scratched.
side of it. Yep.
Huh.
The plastic, the scratched plastic gets in the way, and it's like, I can't see what that is.
No
Have you ever seen a CD under a microscope? It's like
Yeah,
a
they're
bunch of,
cool.
it looks like Morse code,
Yep.
where it's
What?
like dots and lines. Yeah, that's
Yep,
what
dots
that's
and
what an
dashes.
optical disc looks like under a microscope.
Wow.
Really? I've never known that. That's pretty fucking
And a
cool.
multi-layer disc looks even fucking crazier. Because they're super, like, microscopically thin layers laid on top of each other that the laser's able to shine through with a brighter light to see the ones at the back.
Damn.
That's why Sega Dreamcast games, even to this day, are fairly impossible to clone exactly because the discs that they used to make them were larger than a standard CD-ROM, but they're not DVDs. They're multi-layer CDs, and you
That's
can't get them.
I think Laserdisc needs to come back. Can you imagine the size of games we could put on
No.
a Laserdisc?
Giant
Almost-
record
a giant
size
Blu-ray.
CD-ROMs.
If
I
the
want my
PS5
fucking-
is big, get ready.
All the fucking floppy disk drives games back.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I could play Pong anywhere I can go where that has a floppy disk.
Fuck.
It just has the code so you can type it all again.
You won't play
Have you-
Doom, but it's like a pack of 200. You have to swap it out every couple of minutes to get the next scene good.
Have you ever sat down and used like an old Mac? Like from the 80s?
An old
and
one?
shit?
No.
Like actually programmed a game? I understand, Colton. So the answer is yes. No, I had a cousin that had one, and I messed around with it. Because I have older cousins.
That's the best way to know.
Yeah, my oldest cousin that I used to frequently hang out with, I think he's 31 now. So, right around your age, Colton.
Yeah. I'm still an old fuck.
What's on the agenda, David? Any hot topics?
There's Battlefield 2042. It released. We played the shit out of the beta there for a bit. And,
Oh, man.
you had a couple of good
All
notes.
4 days?
Oh, I wrote down a bunch of bugs, dude.
Do you happen to still have that sheet, or
Oh, shit!
he does? Good shit.
I kept the sheet.
I'm so.
I mean,
glad.
this is the first time I'm reading the sheet, of course.
Yeah,
of
yeah,
course.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
Always
of
had it in
course.
the first place.
All right. So I played the beta personally on my Xbox One X. I don't know if any of these are specific to the platform, but I started off with the helicopter rotors not spinning. Like the helicopters would just lift off and take off without anything spinning on it. So
Yep.
it's not game breaking. It just looks weird.
Yeah, definitely.
It's more funny than it is anything.
It just looks weird.
So in previous Battlefield games, they changed the control scheme between Battlefield 3 and 4. So if you want to use the Battlefield 3 control scheme, you need to go into the options menu, and you need to change to the alternate or legacy controls, whichever one they made it.
Yeah.
Well, in this iteration of the game, when you switch it to legacy controls, there's a hybrid sight that lets you switch between red dot and ACOG. It's the right stick, which also coincidentally maps with the crouch button on alternate controls. So you can't crouch and use the hybrid sight, which is mad inconvenient. So you're like, oh, I'm just going to switch to ACOG, and suddenly you're crouching, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a big mess.
That's not game breaking, just mad irritating because I had to stop using the hybrid scopes because I can't
Switching back
play
and
like this.
forth, you look like
Yeah.
a goof.
Well, because then you would have to set your sight and then move and then pick where you wanted to crouch the aim in. I don't know. It was just mad inconvenient.
You just be like teabagging, like as you're trying to take a shot, pretty much, right?
Speaking of the hybrid sights, though, if you had the hybrid sight equipped and then die, you can't switch back between the hybrid sights unless you switch off of the hybrid sight to either iron or red dot, and then switch back to the hybrid sight, and then you can zoom again.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hybrid sights do not work at the moment, and I think this is the first time a hybrid sight is in a Battlefield game because in 4 I don't remember you being able to switch sights.
They had the variable zoom optics that you could use, which were like 2x, 4x.
Which was cool because you could just use the D-pad to switch between those, not the right stick.
Yeah.
But this
Didn't
game
they
is
have
heavily...
canted sights in 4?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was up on the D-pad when you had the canted iron sights.
See, and that
On
makes sense
console.
too, because that gives you red dot and a ACOG.
The problem with Battlefield 2042 is that your entire inventory and menu has been moved to the D-pad. So instead of using RB to throw grenades, you have to press up on the D-pad to equip a grenade and then you chuck it.
Yeah.
It's a very interesting mechanic. I think it works, but the problem is like I said, when it breaks something like the hybrid sights, gotta figure something else out.
And you have to-
Can we just get standardized FPS controls that uses variations on the standard controls, where it's like D-pad for menu or D-pad plus bumpers for something?
I was
or, you know,
gonna say,
something.
I think we're in a day and age where the controller, like standard game controllers, just need 2 more buttons next to the shoulders.
Shift buttons.
Yeah, like shift buttons. I feel like
Wouldn't it be like pedals then?
No,
Yeah.
no. So like a shift button would basically make it so you have all of the buttons you have on the controller, and then the left shift button makes all of those buttons do something else. The right shift button makes all of those buttons do something else, and then those buttons together make all of the buttons do something else.
so it's like a shift button on a keyboard where it caps locks. It toggles it. So basically, when you hold LB on a controller, you're pressing LB, but say at the same time you hold the shift button and then you press LB, it becomes like LB2. LLB.
Yep.
It becomes
like-
like
So like right trigger is fire, press right shift and right trigger, it's throw grenade. Press left shift and right trigger, it's throw flashbang. Press both shift and the trigger, it uses your tactical or whatever.
Do you remember on old school laptops when you had to hold the function button, then hit the arrow keys to turn up the volume?
Same difference.
Same thing.
Yeah.
That's the only way I can compare it. I'm moving on. Okay. Shift buttons for the future. The
Sorry.
ragdolls. And when you just explode somebody and they just explode into a giant cartwheel into the sky. I know it's a bug and it shouldn't be that way, but it's funny, so I want them to leave it in.
Ragdoll needs to stay. That is funny as hell to run over somebody and just or like be ran over, and then all of a sudden you see your character's body just start bouncing across the ground and then fly into outer space, and you're back at the map.
Absolutely. Another one is killer feeds are not color-coded. Crazy that this is omitted from this iteration. About crazy. I mean, it feels like something that they just forgot.
Yeah.
Over like an intentional design choice, because I see the kill feed and I have no idea what's going on. I can't tell where the person's username ends and the name of the gun starts, or where the name of the gun ends and the username starts.
Isn't there arrows between them?
No, it was just a little space. Like it looked like they kerned it half a pixel out. So, I don't know. It's weird. If you go back and look at footage of people playing and stuff, plus you have to go into the options menu to turn on the full kill feed. The only kill feed you have is your own personal kill feed. And then you go into the options and you have to switch it between personal, squad, and game. And game is basically you see every kill, which is how I prefer to play Battlefield.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like that not being on by default is crazy. I thought they would have did something similar to like Battlefield 1 where it was just squad only and you had to go to the options to change it to all.
Yeah, that's
The
got
kill
pretty
feed's color coded.
Not on the Xbox at 1 it wasn't. I guarantee it.
Yeah, mine wasn't.
Oh, on the series playing the 1 version and on the PC version, because I'm looking at the pictures from it right now, it's color coded.
Okay.
Friendlies
on Xbox 1 it 100% wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, squad's green, friendlies blue, and enemies are red.
Everything was great.
And we're talking about the kill feed, correct?
Yeah, in
Okay.
the top right corner.
Yep. It's on the left-hand side on Xbox.
Yeah.
It might be interchangeable, but yeah, in this picture from PC, it's in the top right.
Okay. So, like I said, it might be an Xbox One issue.
There might be HUD options on PC. It sounds like Xbox One has a lot of issues though too, because like you were having that headset problem too, where you can't use a wireless headset.
I was gonna say, so one of my biggest issues, like the biggest bug in the game that is literally game breaking for me, is I cannot use a wireless controller and a wireless headset at the same time, because for some reason the Xbox One, or not the Xbox One, but Battlefield 2042 takes your wireless headset as the main controller input and locks out your controls and displays please reconnect controller until you turn your headset off, and then it relinquishes controls back to your controller.
And I will say I did not have this problem on a Series X.
Yeah, this is a crazy specific issue, and you said that your friend Justin was having a similar issue.
He was having the same problem on a 1S.
Yeah, so it might just be an Xbox One problem. Except for David, because David, you were able to use a wireless headset, correct?
Yeah, I'm using
A VCR.
a VCR Xbox and the headphones that you got me, the Corsairs, or no, I'm sorry, HyperX wireless headphones, and those are working fine.
And those have a dongle?
Those don't plug into your controller, do they?
No, they are dongle.
That might be the difference, though, because you use the dongle. My headset connects straight to the console using the Xbox proprietary syncing.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
I
and
have
see,
a dongle.
I'm using a sync headset. Like it syncs up without the dongle or anything like that. So it is a specific first generation Xbox console problem, because I was playing the regular version on a series and didn't have the problem.
Fucking A.
Absolutely. All right, so next on my list.
Keep it going.
Weapon mod menu just doesn't fucking work sometimes.
Nope.
I love holding LB and there's nothing on the screen. Like, you can't change anything. It isn't until you switch weapons or die that you're able to come back in and switch. And sometimes your weapon mods won't save, so you have to respawn and put your weapon mods all back on your weapon. That's annoying. Not game breaking, but really annoying.
Yeah.
Every class being able to use every other class's stuff aside from the gadget and also being able to revive basically makes medic completely worthless as well as
I think
engineer.
they've taken out the identity of the characters because when you play Battlefield 4, there's 4 roles. When you pick a role, you're picking a role. And it comes with trade-offs. Like, you can only get assault rifles on the medic class. If you want to use an assault rifle, gotta learn to be a medic. In this game, it's just you pick whatever character and you just select whatever equipment you want.
Yeah, that's kind
Each character has a perk, but I honestly I don't know what the perks are because I didn't look at the perks.
So that's just attracting to
so
the masses, right? Making the game
Assault
easier.
has a grappling
Yes.
hook. Sniper has a turret. Medic has a
Oh, that
healing
stupid
gun.
The stim pistol that's garbage.
Yeah.
That thing blows.
And I can't remember what the last one was.
Honestly, the fact that they give everybody the defibs by default makes the medic class a joke
Yeah.
Yeah.
because the stim pistol is not great.
Yeah, it's still
Yeah, I
rather
would
there's
rather
no
have the
incentive to run
bags.
fucking. Yeah, it's weird.
I digress.
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna run through the rest of these so that we can continue talking about Battlefield. But let's see. We're on to the back of the list. Here we go. Ammo display disappears. I had a problem on my console where the ammo display in the bottom right just completely gone. That piece of the HUD. So I was just blind firing, hoping that I didn't have to reload. Also annoying. And cutting parachutes. Cutting parachutes does not work. Got into a 5-10 minute argument with Brandon about how to cut a parachute, and he's all like, "Well, press it, hold it, use an old controller."
I
Use
was
all-
there
use
for
all
the
your
argument. It
controllers.
was mildly hilarious.
Yeah, no, I'm like sitting there tapping the B, like I'm up in the mic, fucking with the B button, just tapping it. I'm holding it. I'm throwing it on the floor. I'm stepping on it. It's not working. Cutting parachute.
I can hear the frustration, and Brandon was like, "Just press B."
I am pressing B. Press B, Josh. Press B. Okay, and the last one is meleeing with the knife is a joke. I went up to sneak behind somebody, grab their tags and stuff. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
You just punch him. There's no knife,
there-
is there?
I'm sorry. There's a punch, and if you hold B, you pull out your knife, or the melee button, whatever you set the melee button to. Whatever you hold the melee button, you pull out a knife, so that way when you run up behind somebody, you do an animation where you kill them and you take their tags. That's been a Battlefield standard. Like that's just something that you do in Battlefield, and it just doesn't work in this game. I did it
There are no
successfully
tags.
once, but it's awful when you're crouching on top of somebody just swinging the knife because the game isn't registering that you've made contact with them. I don't know. Those are the only glitches that I came across that were like prevalent.
I really like
Everybody,
that
make sure you move your
DMR,
controllers.
But
Yep.
yeah, that thing fucking would not save any loadouts, and I think it happened with the AK too. Someone said, but yeah. Other than that, I mean, it was still a decent game. Not all of us.
I'm
agreed
not
that
buying
it's
it
not-
at launch.
Yeah, I was gonna say all of us agreed that it's not ready for release in a month, but you know,
It is
here we
absolutely
are.
100% not ready for
No.
release.
Yeah.
I mean, but out of the last 10 AAA games released over the last 5 years, how many of them were ready for release at launch?
Well,
Good
it's still
point.
disappointing that that's just the continuing standard, though, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Unreleased games. That,
Game companies need to stop putting crunch on studios. Let them take 10 years to make a fucking game. We all did it for fucking StarCraft,
yeah.
100%.
and it was a failure then because Activision bought Blizzard. Go figure.
Yeah.
You can buy a Blizzard.
Activision owns Blizzard now, yes.
You can
Right.
get them at Dairy Queen for like $3.50.
Jesus Christ.
We still have one
Oh,
over
God.
on 4th Street. No, what is that? Redacted.
Something that has happened since last podcast, or since the last time we tried recording, and now, I don't know if you guys have ever seen him. There's this guy on like Facebook and Instagram and stuff that does Robin Williams impressions,
Mhm.
and he just released a like sample shooting of him doing the Robin Williams biography movie, and holy shit, it's like Robin Williams is playing it himself.
Well, that's kind of cool.
Is it like the Tupac hologram?
The guy's name is Jamie Costa.
Wow.
Jamie
like,
Costa.
It is insane. If you watch like like Robin Williams like impersonations and stuff that he did before this, even it's uncanny how much like Robin Williams he is.
Well, that's kind of cool.
I have to give him a shot.
Yeah, he's hands down impressive.
Cyrus, you and I chatted about the Raiders over the weekend, and that really turned sour over the next couple of days, didn't it?
Yeah. So, when we originally recorded on Saturday, news had broken the day before of John Gruden. There was a leaked email of him using a derogatory racial term to refer to the NFLPA president at the time, and I think he still is the president. And it was bad. It's a bad look on him, for sure. He gave a defense, and it seemed like the team was like... There was a lot of people stepping out in Gruden's favor, former players. Some analysts were defending him, some were against him, saying, this is it, he's done, he needs to get out of the building and stuff. I didn't really have an angle on it. I think it was more of a... Mark Davis was going to look at it, because, you know, he is the son of Al Davis, and Al Davis is like the diversity god in football, if you believe it or not.
Yeah.
If you've never read up on some of the things that Al Davis has done, he holds the Raiders organization to a high level of excellence. The term commitment to excellence, it's a real thing that Al Davis believed in.
Yeah.
So we recorded the podcast, and it was I just kind of had nothing to say about it. I was like, it's just terrible that he said that, but you know, we're on to Chicago, baby.
Yep.
We got blasted by the Bears. We looked terrible out there.
There's nothing to say that would defend us in that situation. We showed up and just shit our pants.
Oh yeah, the Raiders just completely. The defense played great. I'm amazed at how well.
Gruden was probably distracted and wasn't making the best play calls.
It just felt like the team wasn't clicking. It like something was in the air, and there was something in the air. It was all that shit that happened on Friday.
It was emails.
It was the email that they found. It was a email on Saturday, and then I was watching Monday Night Football, in Colts and the Ravens, and I was on Reddit, and there was a top story on the NFL subreddit because I'm always checking the game threads to see what people are saying about the Ravens. And there was a news story that broke that there's more Gruden emails, and they included misogynistic, homophobic, and I already said homophobic, but just anti-gay resentment
Yeah.
that he felt towards players and policies at the time. He was heavily critical of Michael Sam, who's the first openly gay player drafted into the NFL. He was drafted by the St. Louis Rams in 2014. Which, to think about how long ago that was the same year that Aaron Donald was drafted.
Yeah. Wow. Holy shit.
He had misogynistic viewpoints on Goodell hiring women as referees. Basically criticized him and used a couple gay slurs to insult Roger Goodell. He didn't have great things to say about players kneeling during the 2016-2017 protests. Just a lot of controversial stuff that went into that. And then probably I think what is the shining light of just how truly awful the situation was is that him and the president of the Washington Redskins at the time, now the football team, Bruce Allen, they were exchanging nudes of, they said, at least 2 of the cheerleaders that were on the squad. And after that, it kind of paints the picture of he definitely did not do great things with those emails.
Yeah.
He, I don't know. I think what hurts the most is that it wasn't just an email 10 years ago that he sent, but it was emails that he sent over a 78-year span, including when he was tenured with the Raiders when he came back. And that's where it caused the massive conflict of interest.
Oh, some of them happened when he was back on
what
our
exactly
team?
were the emails that were being sent to everybody?
So this came from a larger investigation. The reason these emails were found were because Bruce Allen of the football team, there's a lot of bad things going on in the workplace behind the scenes of the Washington football team. In the past couple of years, they are being sued, and I think it was last summer the NFL opened an investigation It was shortly after they changed the name of the team from the Redskins to the football team. About workplace culture and how bad it was, and that there was lots of sexual harassment going on, and they were mistreating their cheerleaders, and basically when they would fly down to the like the Caribbean islands and stuff like that, they were under accusations that they were borderline sex trafficking their cheerleaders.
Holy shit.
Jesus.
And there was a lot of accusations into that. So when the NFL started investigating, they pulled all these emails and stuff like that from the team facility, and a lot of them included exchanges between Gruden and the team president. Mind you, at the time, Gruden was employed with ESPN, still working on Monday Night Football and being an analyst. But like I said, some of it overlapped into when he became the head coach back in 2018 of the Raiders, which meant that he was on company time sending these types of emails over to the president. There's been a lot. It's been a wild 2 days. He ended up resigning during the game. They cut the broadcast, and John Gruden resigned, and Mark Davis made a statement and just said that, he parts ways with the teams, doesn't want to be a distraction. John Gruden said, we love you, Raider Nation. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hurt anybody. And there's been a lot of talking heads talking these past few days and stuff, and I do agree that it's unfortunate, but I think the right decision is you do have to let him go, because now at this point it's just a huge distraction.
Yeah.
And these emails have been, they're true. These emails were sent. These are actual emails.
Yeah.
But you also have to think back to earlier this summer. Like, I made a joke, I think 2-3 weeks ago on the podcast, where I said the Raiders are the gayest team in the NFL because we have Carl Nassib, who is the first openly gay NFL player to play a snap.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Which I think it's a crazy big deal. And like he said, he talked about it before the season started, and he was like, I get lots of messages and people saying you're an inspiration and stuff like that, and it really means a lot to him. And to put it into hindsight, I say that joking and stuff like that, but how do you think somebody like him feels when his head coach said a lot of homophobic stuff about a gay player that drafted 7 years ago, the first ever gay player drafted into the NFL?
Yeah.
Michael Sam didn't play any snaps, but he was still drafted, being openly gay.
Yeah. Yeah.
They came in a press conference today. The general manager of the Raiders said that he took a day off. He had to process and think about it. They didn't have any other comments from him and stuff at the time.
Like, whether he wanted to stay on the team or not?
Yeah. Well, no, I think he's going to stay with the team. But think about it. Like, you find out that your head coach said a bunch of homophobic stuff about the last gay NFL player. How do you think that makes you feel?
Yeah.
Especially as the only player in the league that feels that way.
Yeah.
That's a lot of pressure on him.
Or someone that probably looked up to you a whole lot, and you kind of just betrayed him in a way.
Yeah, and it's very unfortunate, and I hate the whole situation because it's terrible. It is. It's just terrible.
Just play some football, man. Just play football.
Fuck you guys are real Gruden grinders out there. Derek Carr said it best today. He says, "I love the man, but not his sins." Because he's been his coach for the last 3.5 years. It's probably the most stable coach he's had in his entire football career, besides maybe his oldest brother, who was drafted 12 years before he was.
Wasn't Gruden the coach when Carr got originally drafted into the NFL from Fresno State?
No, Dennis Allen was the coach of the Raiders at the time. I remember reading an interview last year with Derek Carr. We beat the Saints in week 2, and Dennis Allen was the defensive coordinator of the Saints. We beat the Saints, and he went over and he said, obviously Dennis didn't want to talk after the game after such a big loss, but, I went up to him and I said, thank you for giving me the opportunity for drafting me. And that's why I always remember that Dennis Allen was the coach. He was fired 4 games into that season.
Oh, wow. For what?
Yeah. Sucked. We were started 0-4.
Yeah.
We got stomped by the Dolphins in London, and they told him to get his own plane back home or something like that. It was something wild.
Wow. Holy cow.
That was wild. That was probably the worst head coach firing I remember in recent history. But Derek Carr's been through this before. He quarter way through the season, a head coach leaves.
Yeah.
It was literally his rookie year. So this isn't new for him, but it is new the way that this coach left.
Yeah.
Basically, players and there was a few player interviews today. It was basically Carr talking a little bit about the situation. Darren Waller had very good things to say about him as a coach. You think about Darren Waller. If you watch the Raiders broadcast once in these last 3 years, every time Darren Waller's on the screen, they'd say, "Hey, you remember his drug problem?" hey, this dude's addicted to drugs, bro.
Yeah.
Like they do. They seriously just go, hey, this dude's addicted to drugs. You know, he sucked. He was on a practice squad, fucking loser. But then they talk about how he turned around and he recovered. And when Gruden found him on the Baltimore practice squad, he put him on the Raiders and said, hey, we're going to get you on the right track, kid, and we want you to get out there. And you look and people to put Darren Waller in the top conversation for top tight ends because he's just that good. And, you know, a lot of that attributed to Gruden seeing something in this kid. And so as a coach, I think he meant a lot to these players. And it's heartbreaking to think that he said stuff like that as recently as he did, especially being employed by the Raiders.
Yeah.
Mark Davis said it best yesterday in the team meeting. He said, nobody's above the shield. So the Raiders organization's for... Yeah, that's a really powerful thing. Basically, nobody's more important than that Raiders logo.
Yeah. Fucking
You know,
A.
Al Davis built the Raiders on being diverse. You know, first people to hire a black head coach. We had the first Hispanic head coach win a Super Bowl.
Oh, wow.
First
Interesting.
woman CEO back in '97.
Oh, okay. That's very cool.
So the Raiders do a lot of diverse things, and that all started with Al Davis. You know, he started the AFL with I forget his name, Hunt. He was the original owner of the Kansas City Chiefs. I always forget what his first name is, but they basically started the AFL. You know, started the Raiders Chiefs, and then expanded all these teams, and then they were the ones that made the deal together to get the NFL merged with the AFL, and to what we now know as the NFL today. And so everyone likes to thank Al Davis for that because he was like, you guys got to include us, man. Look at what we bring. Yeah. But to think of what the Raiders organization stands for, especially with things like the Blitnik Foundation and what they stand for, it just didn't make sense to keep Gruden on the team. Yeah. And if you ever want to read about the Blitnik Foundation, Fred Blitnik was a receiver for the Raiders, I think in the late 60s, early 70s, and basically he started a foundation after his daughter was murdered by her then boyfriend. And the Raiders organization has taken a very, very firm stance against certain things.
Just to like prevent stuff from happening, basically.
Prevent stuff from happening, and then, you know, they screen players before they draft, and they screen players before they draft them and stuff like that and sign them to the team. Because above all else, you got to make sure you hold yourself to a certain code of conduct.
Right.
Yeah,
what
that's
about?
all I gotta say about it.
What do you think about the new head coach, though? What was his name again?
Rich Bisaccia. He's the special teams coordinator.
How do you say it? Bisaccia? When I first saw it, I had no idea how to fucking pronounce that.
Yeah, I'll look at it one more time, but I'm pretty sure it's Rich Bisaccia.
Yes, you're correct.
Bisaccia. My bad. There's that little chia at the end.
Oh.
He's been not a head coach, but he's been coaching for over 40 years, and this is his first time cracking head coach. He was the special teams coordinator and assistant head coach, so he was basically helping Gruden with his game plans and stuff like that.
Mike had
he
nothing
came out and
but good things to say about him, though, and
yeah,
everybody seems
like
to like
the
the guy
interim
at
coach.
least.
He was an interim coach, right?
Quoted said he is the best head coaching candidate I've ever seen in my entire career. He says he's firmly believes this guy is a strong head coach candidate.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that
And
interview
he was just like
was really good this morning.
Yes, and I recommend if anybody's like interested in what the general manager says, check out Mike Mayock's interview from today is October 13th. He pretty much laid it all down and said it in a way better than I could.
Yeah, he with such in the way this happened so abruptly, he handled it really well and kept the Raiders' face or kept the image good with the Raiders, you know. And you couldn't have asked for a better representation of what they're going for.
You got to put yourself into the shoes of some of these people, because the person that you've been working with closely for the last 3.5 years, in the course of 3 days, has a bunch of scrutinizing stuff that comes out, and it basically forces their hand out of an organization.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then you turn on the TV and you see ESPN, you know, talking a lot of smack about him. And you just have to sit there and, you know, think about it and the connection that you've made with him in the past couple years. Derek Carr is neighbors with John Gruden. They live right next to each other. Do you think Derek Carr wakes up every morning and fucking waves at Gruden on his drive to work now? Like, that's awkward as hell. That's really awkward.
Transplant
Man,
says,
that
"Hi, the neighbor."
sucks.
That's how you know they were close, was because they both willingly bought a house next to each other.
God, that's insane. I forgot
It's
about
crazy.
that, dude. Jeez. Oh man.
Wild times with John Gruden. So yeah, hopefully John Gruden learns and becomes a better man out of this. I just don't think he's ever going to coach in the NFL again,
Oh God, no.
unless there's a severe. There's got to be a severe turn 180 in the events, like a reverse Uno card that he's got in his back pocket.
He
where
actually
just
goes to
proves
the head
that-
of the NFL and pulls out
Pretty
a
much.
reverse Uno card.
Mhm.
Other than
Derek
that,
Carr also said something interesting. He said he was all like, "Hey, he's all like, this happened." He's all like, "I'd be interested to see if this happens to all general managers and coaches." He's like, if the possibility of emails and texts getting out, he's like, I think there'd be a lot of head coaches and general managers sweating bullets.
yeah, I mean,
Mhm.
people are really speculating upon Washington still because that was the main focus when this investigation started, and
Yes.
nothing came out of Washington. Just
Nothing.
Gruden.
There was a 1-year investigation into the Washington football team and what it was doing, and the only thing that came out of it was a $10 million fine a few months ago, which
Oh,
to
wow.
Dan Snyder is like a couple dimes.
Yeah.
Wait, the
owner
guy
of
that did the
Washington football team.
Nickelodeon shows?
No, the owner of the football team is Dan Snyder.
Oh,
Dan
oh,
Schneider is the Nickelodeon guy.
Schneider, got it.
Yeah, that's actually pretty
yeah.
good to clear up.
Yeah, so there was a $10 million fine, and Gruden was fired because of his emails that were released. And everyone's wondering, out of 650,000 plus emails, what else does the NFL have against people? Because there's no way that John Gruden is the only person that had anything controversial to say in those emails.
Yeah.
Because he was sending them to other people, like,
Mhm.
and they were agreeing with him.
Yep. It's very unfortunate, but
It is. What do you
it
think
paints a large
the-
picture of what else is there.
Well, how do you think this paints the rest of the season for us? Are we going to be able to come back from this? Because, a solid head coach like Gruden was for this team has a lot of impact on how players play.
Yes.
And it's going to be a huge shift for us. So what do you see coming?
I saw a post by Trayvon Mullen. He's our starting corner, number 27.
Yeah.
And he said, hey, we still got work to do. He's like, we're going to do this for you, JG. He said that Tuesday, so yesterday.
Yeah.
Basically, because a lot of people still looked up to Gruden in that locker room because Gruden is one hell of a football coach. Don't ever get
Yeah.
that twisted. His character is put to the side because of his enigma. Just
Yeah.
how crazy good he coaches. And
Enigma.
he loves his players. The reason he brings in certain players is because he loves people. He sees somebody, he's like, I love him as a player, and I'm going to get that talent out of him. I want him to be great.
Yeah.
People in that locker room legit loved him. And there's a lot of older stories back when he was coaching the Raiders in his first stint and with the Buccaneers. It was always 50-50. People thought he was too aggressive. Some of his players were just like, all he did was yell at me and stuff like that. I couldn't wait for him to get out of my face. And some players were like, no, he was the best coach I ever had. He had a certain type of energy and stuff.
Yeah.
When I was watching some games and Rich Gannon would be calling the games, Rich Gannon was the quarterback of the Raiders when Gruden was on the team. The first time. And Gannon, Carr would mess up, and he'd go back to the sideline, and him and Gruden would talk, and Rich goes, yeah, well, you see, if that was me, he'd be taking my head off at the moment and making sure I'd never see my kids again. Because Gruden had a lot of intensity in his 30s and 40s. He was just an angry man,
Yeah.
but he was passionate about coaching.
I
If
don't
the Raiders-
blame him for being angry at 30.
Yeah, if you ever want to watch, there's even an NFL compilation on the NFL channel of the best mic'd up people ever. Like when they put a mic on somebody, John Gruden has the best ones.
Yeah.
Just the way he yells at people, his insults, the way he fires at people, it's hilarious. I think it's worth a watch because it shows you the kind of coach that he is.
Mm-hmm.
But as for the Raiders moving forward, if they bring that same intensity under this new head coach, I think we'll be fine. We have a bye week in 2 more games. So we face the Broncos this Sunday, the Eagles next Sunday, and then we have a bye week on Halloween.
That's good.
What week's are we?
Halloween. So Halloween Day we have a bye week. So we get a week off.
Oh, okay.
I say we beat the Broncos, and it doesn't matter what happens in the Eagles game, but we just need to move into the bye and then get resituated as a team with the 2 weeks off that they have.
Yeah. Yeah, please. For
And
the
then-
love of God.
Yeah, if they play with fire, I think the Raiders will be fine. But if they start to let this, if this starts to get to them, which I don't blame them, I don't think it's going to be a good season.
Yeah.
It's
and,
setting itself up to be a bad season.
and that's the thing, right? Is you can't
Well,
get
we
mad
can
at
only
these
hope
guys.
for the best.
Because, I mean, shit.
Yeah. I just know we
head
talk
coach
about
has
the Raiders a
so
lot,
much
so I mean, it's
impact.
just unfortunate that this all happened in the last week.
Yeah.
Within like
Some
a couple of
video
days of each
game
other.
news that just came up.
What's that?
League
How
of
was that called?
League of Legends just banned all in-game chat to stop toxic players. As in, you can't communicate with your team anymore.
That game's
They need
dead.
to be on a call with everybody
Jeez, what?
in order to
Well,
communicate with
Discord's
them.
about to get a whole lot more people.
Yeah.
And a whole lot more toxic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody's begging
man.
for it
They're
to
gonna
come
find
back.
ways
What are
to
they
match
doing?
like lobbies up with servers, and like you just join like a server with like the enemy team, and you just shit talk with each other constantly.
So basically what'll be happening is somebody will have a Discord server running and it'll have a plugin that injects the link right into League of Legends for everybody else to click on.
Mm.
And it'll just be like, boop, now you're in a Discord call.
Mm-hmm. Also,
Thanks for coming.
did you guys know who Kickstar is?
Yeah.
Rainbow Six Esports. He used to call
No.
some games and he used to play on Twitch in his free time. He was a younger kid. I don't know if you guys ever follow like the pro circuit for Rainbow Six.
No.
Okay. He passed away this earlier this week at 24, and it's like rocked the Rainbow Six community
Oh my.
Oh damn.
because a lot of people that follow the esports circuit were like, "This dude's awesome." That's like if tomorrow Tony Romo passed away.
Yeah.
It'd just be such very, very unexpected. All that they said
Jeez.
was his mother put out a statement, and it was just like personal about how during the pandemic he moved back home and stuff like that, and was helping and still involved in the scene and still streaming and stuff like that, and that he unexpectedly passed away earlier this week.
Holy shit. That's fucking
Mhm.
sad.
I don't know if you guys know much about like video game emulation and stuff like that, but the original developer of RetroArch, Nier, died recently too.
Jeez, another one. All these like heads
Only
of studios
24.
dying, going.
Mm-hmm.
Only 24, really?
Kickstar.
Yeah, Kickstarter was only 24.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Well,
That sucks, dude. Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
he just passed away unexpectedly. Like, there's no like reason. He just- what?
I think they said that it was he was driving and it was an accident.
Oh damn.
Jeez.
Also, Howie Mandel was rushed to a hospital. He passed out in a fucking Starbucks.
What the fuck?
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Fuck, how? Like,
And
like,
he's
drunk?
hospitalized, yeah.
He turns 66 next month, and they said that he was just outside of the Starbucks when he collapsed. They think it's his low blood sugar.
Oh, jeez.
That's probably his Starbucks. He's trying to get a sugary drink. Get going.
Well, no, he's diabetic and he has some health problems. Like
Mm-hmm.
he's been sick for a while.
Oh man.
Um.
And he says he's hospitalized right now. He's hospitalized right now.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
in an LA hospital.
Keep
Oh,
your
jeez.
fingers crossed, but let's move on to a happier note. We
Uh,
briefly
Cyrus got a
talked
Series
about
X.
That.
Just gonna plug that.
what edition? Because you got a special edition. You got to tell them the special
It's just
edition.
just the black Series S or
Oh,
Series
it
X.
is? Okay, but
Yeah,
it's
it was a
bundle.
Far Cry bundle. It just came with the game.
Okay, for sure. Well, that's good
Oh,
enough.
it
I
wasn't
mean,
like decaled or anything.
No,
they don't have
Oh
enough
wow.
time for that nowadays. What do you mean?
You
They
can
can
get
barely sell a
skins for
regular one.
You can get skins on Amazon though.
Oh my god, I'm gonna
Yes.
check GameStop in the morning before I go to work. What
I
time
would
do they
recommend
open?
What time is it?
Oh, who's that skin company that does?
I better have my pro
Just
membership
skins?
up to date. We have the GTA trilogy coming out.
Oh, the remakes, the remakes or the remasters?
Just remasters, I think, right? A little
Mhm.
hype on the graphics and a little update on the gameplay.
Are they just
Uh,
gonna like put it in the GTA 5 engine or?
Cyrus, was it you that was talking about that? Someone had
what
notes
thing?
on that.
Sorry.
The GTA Trilogy coming back out, re-release.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Rockstar recently announced that the GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas are going to be making remasters for the Xbox family, the PlayStation family, and the Nintendo Switch, which is huge that the game's coming to Nintendo Switch.
yeah, that's gonna be pretty dope.
It's the first main installments on a Nintendo console, because I think Chinatown Wars was the only game to appear on the Nintendo DS.
Yeah.
Hmm. Okay, so I can take
And then-
GTA up with me on the go.
GTA
Yes.
3 was coming up with more up-to-date controls or something. I think we talked about that briefly, right?
If it does, that'd be cool, because the jump between 3 and Vice City is a lot.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah.
If you don't play GTA 3 first, it's really hard to get into it.
Yeah. Huh. Fuck. I'll be
So,
excited
hopefully-
to see San Andreas. That's the only one of the 3 I played.
Vice City was fucking amazing.
Yeah, I haven't personally played Vice City. I have it,
Yeah,
but I haven't personally played it. But my dad says that is the best one.
for sure.
I can't wait to
Because
hear.
he's been an
I
early
would agree
adopter
with
of the
that.
series.
I can't wait to
I've
see it
been
all
playing
like
since
updated.
GTA 3,
Mm-hmm.
and I liked 3 and Vice City the best out of all of them. 5 was pretty good.
Mm-hmm. My dad bought a PS2 specifically to play Vice City.
Huh.
At a PS1, and you're like, I have a game system. You know, it's the early 2000s. You have a game system. You roll with it.
Yeah.
Well, he saw Vice City, and he was like, "What is that?" Because it was my cousins brought it up, and they were like, "Oh, this is Vice City." He's like, "Damn, I need to get a PS2."
I need to get a PS2.
Yeah.
It's good game.
It is. Especially if
we
they bring back all the soundtracks.
Yeah.
That's another
I
big
just wanna-
factor.
I just want to go down like the beach side and just see how the clubs lit up at night. See how it is like updated now.
Yeah. Fucking A. There's
And
also
that skin company, I finally remembered it. It's D-Brand.
D-Brand for what?
Yep.
D-Brand.
They do skins for Xboxes, PlayStations, cell phones, like all kinds of shit.
Was that the group that had the PS5 skins early on?
They did the PS5 side plates.
Oh, the side plates, yeah.
Side.
Yep. Yeah, you can completely replace the side plates with black
Oh,
ones.
that's right.
Yeah,
There was
that's
a company
badass.
that was doing it, and Sony sued them, and then D-Brand found out what like the lawsuit entailed, and made ones that were copyright free, basically.
They just found the loopholes. And they
Yeah.
said, this got him.
Fucking A.
D-Brand does a lot of stuff with Linus Tech Tips, and they basically have like a love-hate relationship with each other, where they make fun of each other constantly.
Yeah.
Fucking A.
It's kind of hilarious.
They got a good relationship with another company. They're just shitting each other constantly.
Oh yeah, like they shit on each other on a regular basis. It's mildly hilarious.
Cyrus,
Any other
send us stuff.
you got all the fucking achievements for the Fallout series.
Yeah, you wild fuck. Cyrus.
Wait, what?
You got all the
with all the
achievements.
Fallout 76 achievements.
Yep, I got all the achievements. Fallout 76. I'm
For
clapping for
some
myself.
godforsaken reason.
Yeah, so I own every Fallout achievement in every Fallout game. So Fallout 3, New Vegas, 4, Shelter, and 76.
Yeah.
Am I
What about
proud of
the
it?
two?
Damn straight. Will I be proud of it? Don't know. It was a lot.
What
Yeah.
about Fallout 1 and 2, Cyrus?
There's no achievements on the PC versions.
I know.
If there were, maybe.
That'd be it. Well,
Yeah.
are they at the Windows games for Windows? No.
No, the games for
it's
Windows
on Game
doesn't
Pass
exist
PC.
anymore.
Okay.
But it's
And there's no achievements.
Fallout 3 has a Games for Windows achievement list, but I'm not even gonna figure out how to do that on my Windows 10 laptop.
You cannot do it anymore. Games for Windows Live has been disabled. I have
Yes.
all of the achievements from that.
Must be nice.
Wow.
So I don't ever want to
I
think about
1,000
that.
pointed that Fallout. I cheated.
Of course you did.
Huh.
Wow, Colton. Oh my God, you admitted that you cheated right here live on air.
Wow, Colton.
Unbelievable. For shame.
That's what Bethesda
shame.
gets for leaving console commands in a video game.
Fair.
Same
Oh,
with
yeah.
Ark.
Skyrim.
That's how I got most of my achievements in Ark.
Yeah, that's fair.
Console commands on Xbox.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Space, god damn it.
Space Engineers.
Space Engineers has got that too, yeah. That's
Yep.
a stupid game. I will play the absolute shit out of that game. It's stupid fun. One more thing I had on my mind, while we're going here. Back for Blood dropped.
Yes.
Yeah,
We were literally playing that just before we hopped on the podcast.
Yeah, you guys like it so far?
Whew. It's
It's
good.
pretty fun. It's got some things that needs to get sorted out first.
Yeah,
Still.
For sure.
Still.
as per
Like,
expected
what was
with a
it?
brand new game, I guess, huh?
Like, but the thing is, like, they just swarm you so hard. Like,
It's
really
difficult.
hard. It's really hard.
It's a
They-
grind to play this
They
game.
only
Let-
swarm you because you guys keep hitting the fucking things that
No,
set
dude.
off the swarms.
They just keep coming. They bring out like 4 of those crusher guys, and like 2 minutes in intervals. It's fucking ridiculous. And then these boomers will just appear behind like buildings and just bull rush you, nonstop. I literally saw one charge straight at Cyrus, go past me, go past Tyson, go past the bot, and go only toward him.
Damn.
It was,
Damn.
but it's fun. It's like it's a challenging fun.
Yeah. Well, that's good. I mean,
Mm.
like every game has some work to be done to it at first. I guess we can expect that nowadays, but
Mm.
hopefully it'll smooth out the rough edges and become what we
Well,
wanted to see, right?
Yeah. I mean, what was it? I mean, the overall gameplay, like, it was fun. Don't be wrong. Like, yeah, it had its moments, but also, like, from what I saw, it runs fine. I didn't see any problems with it.
Okay, so I've played it on the Series X and the One X because the Series X is in my brother's room, and when I came back
Yeah.
to my room, I didn't feel like moving the Xbox. It runs silky smooth on a Series X, and it runs just as fine on a One X.
Okay.
The only problem I have with the game right now is that meme that I sent to the chat, Oscar, where if you're in a multiplayer game, you have to wait for people to get done watching cutscenes.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody wants to watch a cutscene, you have to wait until they're done watching the cutscene.
That's funny as hell.
So you can skip the cutscene and run around the safe room while somebody's watching the cutscene, and you cannot advance. The game will not let you advance until everybody's on the same page.
You can't even access the shop in there, too, while someone's watching the
Yeah.
cutscene.
So it makes
Before
playing
you
with
do-
randoms kind of stupid, because if somebody wants to just troll, they'll never skip cutscenes.
Yeah, but think about it like this though. Say you're wanting to watch the cutscene and it's something like Halo and anybody can skip it and it skips it for everybody. Your story's ruined. So, in a game that you
that's-
can
Play
co-op,
single player.
in a game where you can cooperatively play campaign mode, that's completely fine because
That's fair.
you're watching the story.
Yeah.
Sorry, everybody else beat it ahead of you, and you know they're ahead. They don't have to play with Publix.
I think the problem with that argument, though, is that this game is meant to be replayed over and over and over and over again.
Yeah.
So
launch
if
week
you're
though.
that is true, but I'm saying this could get annoying.
Very. Because
And
it
And that
limits your
might be an
health.
option that they add in the future, though, because they add options retroactively after things have been in play for a while. Where they
Mhm.
make it like so cutscenes are disabled for this lobby.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Hey, I agree, 100%.
I mean, it also it limits your health. I don't know if I forgot to bring that up. We start off constantly with 40 HP and we don't know how to increase it.
Yeah, it's a mechanic that we're not aware of yet, and the game does not tell you about it, so we're trying to figure it out.
Wait,
Huh.
what's up?
So your health when you start a game is like 100, but progressively as you complete the game and you keep going down and stuff, your max health reduces from 100 to at one point we were at 44 max health. So
Mhm.
even if you used a med kit, you were only healing back to 44 health.
There's cards that increase your health limit. I was running them when we were playing in the beta.
Yes.
So that's why our health wasn't dropping, is because I was running the cards that made everybody's health stay at max. there is a mechanic that depletes as you go further in or some shit like that,
Huh.
unless you have somebody running that perk.
Why though? Why can't we just have a set HP and just throughout the entire game?
Because challenge.
So Tyson, or one of you guys may have inadvertently been running a card that reduces your overall health
That
in
is true.
exchange for something else.
But in the same lobby, I had 44 at one point, and then later in the game, I noticed I was at 153. So I'm wondering if it has something to do with the health kit that you purchase from the storage crate when you get into the safe room.
You can buy kits in there that increase. There's one of them that like increases your maximum health or decreases the amount lost or some shit like that.
Gotcha.
I
That's cool.
remember that vaguely from the beta.
All right. Well, we'll keep playing with it. I don't think it's something broken with the game. It's just something we haven't figured out yet, and it's just stubborn.
It's a quirky
Yeah, we just have
mechanic.
to learn. We just have to learn how to build our decks and know which cards to pick.
Speaking of cars, have you guys been watching anything on fucking
Cars?
Horizon 5?
We're talking about
Horizon
Cars.
5.
I'm
Cars.
just waiting for it to come out.
Cards. But yeah, cars. Yeah, I'm ready for Horizon. I haven't watched anything about it though.
You're in Mexico in this one, no?
Yeah.
Yes.
I just keep seeing customization options for the cars coming out, and then certain cars I recognize from social media. There's a Toyota Tacoma drift truck, and man, that thing is
Oh, what?
insane. Yeah.
Toyota Tacoma drift truck.
Yeah, and the new Ford
I hope
Broncos.
they partner with Cletus and put all of his fucking shit in there.
That'd be fucking cool too. Man, I'm so
The
excited.
Cletus
for this game.
McFarland pack.
Old ass BMWs. Man, this is gonna be a good game. I don't know about you guys, but I'm excited.
David's very hyped for Forza.
One thing I wish they would do with Forza games is make it so all model production vehicles are in it and you can mod them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like LS swap a Mustang.
I'm sure it's something to do with license. Well, I'm not sure. Because I don't know shit about shit, but you know, I'd speculate it's something to do with licensing.
It's probably balance related.
Yeah. Too much coding!
Not when you hire 200 people to sleep under their desks during crunch time.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the fucking, what was it? The Battlefield 2042 devs right now. It's like underneath their desk to get fucking this game
Well,
out next
maybe
month.
if they would have worked harder earlier and did more and had it more ready to release when the beta comes out a month before it launches. They're gonna push back the release. You know they're gonna do that.
Yeah, they've got to. I'd
They
be disappointed
most
if
likely
they did
will.
it at this point.
It's like please
Or-
just push it until like July of 2022.
Yeah.
Or they'll release it and then fix it as they go and wait for people to just keep buying it for them.
Well, if they do that,
Oh,
then
you
we
mean the
just gotta
cyberpunk
wait.
approach?
Yeah,
We
there you
just
go.
gotta wait until it becomes $15, and then we can pick it up.
I'll just wait until it's on EA fucking Play and play it for free.
There you go.
Pretty much.
It's gonna come out for free eventually. Look at Jedi's Fallen Order. That shit came on EA Play like a month after it released.
Well, and then there's that other... Oh, man, I'm just bringing this up because of my recent interest in Outer Worlds, but that Avode... Have you guys looked
It's
into
Avowed.
that one at all?
I haven't seen anything about it
It's a
whatsoever.
new one from Obsidian Entertainment, baby.
Yeah.
I thought it was Starlight or Star or whatever it was called.
Well,
That's Bethesda.
that's...
Now,
yeah.
Star Citizen?
No.
No. Starbound? No.
Starfield's the new
Starfield.
Starfield.
the new
Starfield.
Bethesda joint.
Starfield.
Oh
any
my
good?
god!
Star Citizen is another one of those games, though. It's like, Star Citizen is the most funded game on Earth, and it still doesn't have a release date.
Y'all ever seen Star Wars?
Yeah,
Fuck.
I see a little bit of Star Wars.
Yeah.
I like Star
I
Wars.
just found out about this crazy new movie called A New Hope. Have you guys seen it? It's wildly... It's so good.
I know I actually haven't seen it. What's it about?
some dude like there's this girl and she's just like super cute and he just wants to just the whole time.
He just wants to,
Yeah,
Well,
she's a princess, and he's poor. It's a great love
What a
story.
loser.
I don't think I watched it as hard as I should have, but that's what I got from it.
Okay.
Oh, and his grandfather dies or something. I don't know. He gets like zapped by this dude in black trash can outfit.
I'm gonna have a
Black
panic
trash.
attack now.
What? It's fine. This is all accurate.
No, this is actually what happened in the movie.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Colin, you
You had
good?
the bounty hunter and his dog. His dog was really big though. I didn't really understand that part.
A big dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Flew around in a giant trash can. Didn't quite understand.
It wasn't even a trash can. It looked like a giant cake pan.
Yeah.
It was really distracting. It's really hard to drive at night in a giant cake pan. Also, it's weird that other nightclubs look like planets.
All right. Well, we've been here for an hour and 5.
Yep. That is true.
You guys want to wrap it up?
Mm-hmm.
I'll wrap you up.
Oh!
Oh!
Put me in the microwave.
After
and then
hours.
Suck
A
me.
microwave? What? Wait, whoa, what?
Whoa.
Whoa.
Put you
Yeah,
put
we
you
do
in the
not condone
microwave?
that language here. Nobody's bigger than the shield, homie.
Yeah. Wait. Hold on. This is
You've been
consensual.
fired as a Raiders fan. You're not allowed to cheer for the team anymore.
Yeah, sorry, dude.
Yeah,
Colton,
you
come take this.
You have to reward for reward.
You're
have
going
to
to
cheer for
the
Kansas
basement.
City now.
Yeah,
Hey.
you're going to
Only for the
basement. You were
Chiefs.
forced
Oh,
to cheer for
God.
the Jacksonville Jaguars.
And every
Okay.
time when you cheer for the Jaguars, you say, "Go Cam Newton."
He's not on the Jaguars.
Exactly.
Yeah. You just hope that they sign him, you know?
Yeah. he's gonna
sucks
go
here.
there one day. No problem, man.
Okay. Well, you guys know where to find us. We're on Twitter, Twitch, TikTok. All right, find us on YouTube at Cobbler's PC. Like, subscribe, comment, let us know what you think, and be
Twitter,
sure to catch
Instagram,
us
TikTok.
on all
PC
those
stands for podcast.
and that. And
Uh-huh.
damn it, we need Barndorf for his beautiful commentary. Anyways,
Yeah.
we'll catch
He's
you
not
guys
being
next
responsible
week.
and such.
Adios.
Have a good night.
Bye.
Toodaloo.
Lick my nuts.
Yeah?
What?
All right.